Video services for this episode of the Cunningham Piano Show have been provided by Front Row Seat Productions, LLC, capturing and preserving great performances for over a decade. Front Row Seat Productions. Welcome to the Cunningham Piano Show, where we explore life between the keys. In this episode, I have a very talented young pianist. Her name is Allison Zhu. Allison, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
Wonderful. How old are you, Allison?
I am 14 years old.
And how old were you when you first started to play the piano?
I was 6 years old.
6 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. So how did you get started?
My mom encouraged me to continue with piano, to start with piano. She's found me all my teachers. She's helped me make my pieces better through definitely artistic advice.
Mm-hmm.
She's advised me on how to make the piece sound better from the listener's perspective.
Interesting.
And she's also recorded several of my practice playing to sort of simulate what a recital would seem like, to calm my nerves and to make me feel more comfortable in front of a crowd, in front of people recording me.
Now, it sounds like your mother is a musician. Is she a musician?
She isn't.
Wow, but she seems to have the instincts of a musician.
Yeah, she comes from a family of musicians.
I see. So she does understand what it takes. What do you think are the biggest benefits that you've received from your mother pushing you and helping you and the music education that you've undergone? What do you think are some of the best things you've taken away from it?
Definitely concentration level has increased because of the amount of concentration, the amount of focus that I need in order to get through a lot of these advanced pieces. Self-discipline, because you need a lot of that to actually practice and to perfect these pieces, has definitely helped with my school work and my school life, to be able to get all my homework done on time, especially with all the piano I'm doing, to be able to practice both piano for a good amount of time and to get all my homework done.
Oh, okay. Show me your driver's license. You don't sound like you're 14. You sound like you're 21. So mature. Amazing. Oh, wonderful. So tell us about the piece that you'd like to play for us today.
The piece is called Sonata in F minor. Opus 2, number 1 is by Beethoven, and I'm playing the first movement, the Allegro. It is a very tense, very dark piece that really, in a movie, would express a lot of character development, a lot of angst.
Character development. Now, hold on. Tell me what kind of character development. If I'm going to go see, I just saw Thor Ragnarok.
Same.
I love the character development between the Hulk and Thor. Tell me what kind of character development are we looking for in a piece like that?
You kind of see the darker drive between the antagonist and the protagonist. You'd see, why is the antagonist doing what he or she is doing? Maybe you'd even experience some of the darker moments of the protagonist or the antagonist's life. You would understand the characters more. It wouldn't just be the surface of what they seem like and how they were portrayed perhaps in the first act. It's more like a second act piece where you really kind of dive into the character psyche.
Interesting. So what are we diving into? Happiness?
Anger, mostly dark feelings, negative expressions.
Okay. So this is kind of a dark, angry, action-filled piece.
Yes.
Now, to play this, and one of the neat things about the show is the fact that we invite all of our guests to choose from a variety of pianos. We are, after all, a piano store. So you got to choose this Bösendorfer 225 to play the Beethoven. Why did you choose this piano?
Because the lower range really helped me to express that darker part of the piece. It was very powerful, and it really allowed me to bring out the accented notes in the left hand that express the power that Beethoven wanted behind this piece.
Power, darkness. I feel the dark side of the force bring it rising up. I'm really excited to hear you play. Let's go ahead and hear you play this Beethoven. Wow, that was a tremendous performance of the Beethoven. Thank you so much, Allison.
Thank you. It was a great
And of
experience.
course, we have a special treat. Your teacher is actually here as well, Clifford Erickson, a wonderful pianist in his own right. How long have you been studying with Mr. Erickson?
About 5 years.
And Clifford, tell us a little bit what it's like to work with somebody as talented as Allison.
Well, Allison is very special. And one of the joys of being a teacher is to watch someone grow. And when Allison first started with me about 5 years ago, she was playing pretty much easy pieces, and now she's playing heavy-duty Beethoven sonatas. And it's just been a steady growth, and not only the pieces get more complicated, but her understanding of the music and the drama and the characters in the pieces have really grown. And I think that really fits with her interest in the theater. She understands the drama and the character development in the piece, and that's very important, particularly in a composer like Beethoven.
Now, Allison, I know your teacher's right there, but you can tell me, if you can tell us, what are some of the best things that you've learned from your teacher?
He knows what I'm interested in, and he knows what is going to make me understand the specific technique and the specific expression needed for a certain piece. For example, the Beethoven, it was always this idea of very tense, very dramatic, very exciting, and very over the top. And he knows what really sticks with me and what I need to work on as well. And he knows exactly what points to hit, exactly what to say to really give me the motivation to play the piece very expressively, and what places I can always improve on.
If I can make an observation, I think I'm sensing from both of you a passion for literary excellence, and it seems that you both share that common language, not just musically, but of course through the words and the language and the way you speak. It's just so wonderful, so marvelous, and I can just see this wonderful rapport that you both have to produce such wonderful music. So thank you both for being on the show.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
It's a pleasure, and it's been a pleasure teaching you.
Well, that's it for this episode. Be sure to subscribe so that we can let you know whenever we have new episodes. So for the Cunningham Piano Show, I'm Hugh Sung, and we'll see you next time.